Hello, Mzadi. Some of you are aware that there was supposed to be a national shutdown across all 9 provinces to protest for Cwecwe. Well, it was successful in Matatiele, and I don't know who ordered the South African National Defence Force to assist the police to stop that peaceful march. Guys, that march, when you watch it, ever since this Cwecwe case has started, not even Matatiele, everyone that is engaged in this protest, they're not doing anything malicious, nothing whatsoever. So the EFF members wrote a letter to the president because now, as a country, and I agree with some of the comments on social media, when we need our soldiers to fight for us, they're nowhere to be found. When we need them to stand at the border gates to fight for illegal immigrants coming to South Africa, Dololo, they are not there. When we need them to go to the streets of Hillbrow, Johannesburg, Pretoria, and townships to help with this pill that we are struggling with in South Africa, and this show Yazi Zoktola, they are nowhere to be found. But now, Kakana Mpetu, they are present. Go this protest ya Matatiele. Like, guys, they have double standards. So anyway, the EFF they wrote this letter to the press. This was dated today on the 8th of April 2025. Dear Speaker, it has come to our attention that the members of the South African National Defence Force are deployed in Matatiele and have seen working together with the South African police service during the protest on the 8th of April 2025, demanding justice for the brutal rape of a young girl called Cwecwe in the area. In terms of Section 201 of the Constitution of Republic of South Africa 1996, only the President may authorize the employment of the Defence Force in cooperation with the police service. Furthermore, Section 201 of the Constitution of Republic of South Africa 1996 prescribes that the Defence Force is employed in subsection the President must inform Parliament promptly and in appropriate detail of the reason for employment of the Defence Force, any place where the force is being employed, the number of people involved, and the period for which the force is expected to be employed. Sometimes I'm not going to go deep into this letter, but I think I have read the important parts. So basically, the EFF is questioning who gave this defense force an authorization to go to Matatiele and work hand in hand with the police services. Who ordered that? Because today they were discussing the GNU. So okay, fine, let's move away from that. I think the president will come and address that later. And I saw a snippet of a video where the president was addressing this Cwecwe issue. Hi guys, he said a whole lot of nothing. So if you guys have time, you can just listen to the video. I'll probably insert it at the end because it's just a waste of time. Unless but he said a whole lot of nothing, guys. So there's this spokesperson. I do not know her name. She is some sort of official of whatever department. So just to keep you updated, she did this press conference, I think 5 days ago, and I saw the video today. She is saying medical reports prove that Cwecwe was raped, and they obtained results from the first medical doctor. So here we are dealing with a rape case. It is confirmed from the doctor's medical reports. It's not something that we are speculating. We are taking all this information from the officials. It's not something that we are making up in our minds. So if that is the case, I'm going to play the devil's advocate. If we are dealing with a rape case, this is a 7-year-old child, ne? And if there was penetration, as the mother had explained, and if that was the case of a 7-year-old being raped, there have to be stains of blood. What about Madi? Didn't they notice that on Tuesday, while they were preparing Cwecwe to go to school, she was afraid, the child was afraid to talk. If you go to the podcast and listen to the mother narrating the whole story, she will tell you at first the child was just crying, hey mama, ke kwa botlhoko, hey mama, my stomach, hey mama, I kgone kaka, this and that. We understand that she's still in pain and she's still a child. Maybe she's afraid to talk. And then while she was with her father, and then that's when, she was comfortable to narrate, okay, this happened on Monday, this, and that. But what about the state?
At the time when we met on the day, we were given a full report by the department, by police. They gave us a full report. The social development gave us a full report. And of course, we are happy that there have been also an interaction between the province and the very first hospital doctor that saw, for instance, Cwecwe. And therefore now, there is no question as to whether there was or there was no rape. There was a rape. As a matter of fact, from the information that we have heard, is that there is a possibility that it was not even the first time that Cwecwe herself was raped. So it's something that needs investigation. So I think it is important that we get to the bottom of it, and that is why we are saying as a department, social development, and we can even go out to invite other stakeholders who are dealing with these issues to help go to these two schools and other private schools and interview children so that those who may have not come forward, if it may have happened to them, they can also come forward. So we've got just to do that so that we know as to whether the victims that we're talking about are...
Police play a critical role in promoting the statehood of our nation. They are out there, visible, being able to be seen by our people. So therefore, as they interface with the community on a daily basis, it is important that our police should be guided by the Matatiele principles of high service standards, of being approachable, of being people who are consultative, who will be able and willing to consult with our people, who will also be demonstrating that they are there to enable our people to have equal access to the services that the state has to give. But at all times, there should be people who will treat the citizens of South Africa with respect, with dignity, and empathy and compassion. The South African Police Service mission is to prevent crime, to protect the people of South Africa,